Lana Rey, a seasoned British MI6 agent with a license to kill, stared at the classified briefing on her encrypted tablet. Her mission was clear: rescue Sophia Carter, the girlfriend of the British Prime Minister, who had been kidnapped under mysterious circumstances. What seemed like a routine extraction spiraled into a high-stakes international crisis. Sophia unknowingly held an encrypted digital key embedded in a pendant she always wore. That key contained a list of NATO's deep-cover agents across Europe. If the wrong hands got hold of it, countless operatives would be exposed and assassinated. But this was more than a simple abduction. MI6 had intercepted fragments of intel suggesting that Evelyn Harrington, the Prime Minister's wife, was not who she claimed to be. Beneath her polished political facade, she was a deep-cover operative who had spent decades positioning herself within the highest levels of British government. Lana's grip on the tablet tightened. "This isn't just about rescuing Sophia," she muttered under her breath. "This is about stopping a coup." London was quiet in the dead of night, but the storm brewing within MI6 headquarters was anything but. Prime Minister Charles Harrington sat in his private office, exhaustion and panic etched into his features. Across from him, Lana studied his demeanor carefully, noting every twitch of his eye, every small hesitation. "Tell me everything you know," she said, her voice calm but hard. Charles exhaled heavily. She was taken from the gala. One moment she was there, the next, gone. No ransom, no demands, just silence. Lana leaned forward, her instincts on high alert. "And Evelyn? What was her reaction?" "She's devastated," he replied, though his voice lacked conviction. "She's been on calls with security agencies all night." Lana's sharp gaze never left him. "Did Sophia ever mention anything unusual before her disappearance?" Charles hesitated. She said she had something to tell me, something important, but she never got the chance." Lana's phone vibrated. An anonymous message flashed across the screen. "Trust no one in MI6. The enemy is closer than you think." Her jaw clenched, her eyes narrowing. This wasn't just a kidnapping. It was an inside job. The trail led to an abandoned fortress deep in the Carpathian Mountains, where a rogue intelligence syndicate known as the Iron Shadow was operating in secrecy. As snow fell in thick sheets, Lana approached the compound under the cover of night, her movements swift and precise. She had done this countless times before, but this time it felt different. There was something visceral at stake, something beyond the mission. Inside, she navigated the maze of corridors, eliminating guards with cold efficiency. The adrenaline coursing through her veins was familiar, but her thoughts kept drifting back to Evelyn and her unexpected betrayal. How had she not seen it? Was she really so blinded by loyalty to her agency, to the system, that she couldn't recognize the threat right in front of her? Through a security feed, she spotted Sophia, alive but restrained. Her pendant had been removed and placed inside a high-tech encryption device. A deep voice echoed from the shadows. "You're too late, Ms. Rey." Lana turned sharply, gun raised. Viktor Volkov, a former KGB enforcer turned mercenary, emerged from the darkness, flanked by heavily armed operatives. Lana smirked, but there was no humor in it. "Viktor, last time I saw you, you were bleeding out in Prague." Viktor chuckled darkly. "And yet, here I stand." He gestured toward a figure stepping into view. Evelyn Harrington. Lana's stomach twisted. "You?" Evelyn gave a small, knowing smile. "Surprised? You shouldn't be. The British government has been compromised for years. You were just too blind to see it." Lana's grip on her weapon tightened, the weight of betrayal settling deep in her chest. "You orchestrated this. The kidnapping, the intelligence leak, all of it." Evelyn stepped closer, her voice calm and chilling. "And you still don't see the full picture. This isn't just about NATO intelligence. This is about control. The world isn't run by governments, Lana. It's run by those who control information." Lana's mind raced. If Evelyn succeeded, Iron Shadow wouldn't just steal intelligence. They would rewrite global power structures. Before she could react, gunfire erupted. MI6 operatives stormed the compound, but they weren't there to rescue her. Betrayed, Lana dove for cover as bullets ricocheted off the walls. The sharp sting of realization hit her like a bullet to the heart. MI6 had turned on her. She was now a fugitive, hunted by her own agency. Forced to go rogue, Lana sought out the only person she could trust, Damien Cross, a former CIA operative living off the grid. "I need your help," she said, her voice edged with urgency. Damien eyed her warily. "You're MI6's most wanted. Why should I stick my neck out?" "Because if we don't stop Evelyn, Iron Shadow won't just control Britain. They'll control the world." After a tense silence, Damien nodded, his face hardening. "What's the plan?" The intel led them to an underground bunker beneath an abandoned church in Prague, where Iron Shadow's final operation was unfolding. Lana and Damien infiltrated the facility, neutralizing guards with ruthless efficiency. But the deeper they went, the heavier Lana's heart felt. She had spent her life serving a government she believed in, and now she was fighting against it. Her mind was a storm of questions. Had Evelyn ever really been an ally, or had she been manipulating them all along? Could anyone in MI6 be trusted now? Deep inside, they found Evelyn, standing before a massive digital interface, data streaming in real time. Lana raised her weapon, her voice cold. "Step away." Evelyn turned slowly, amusement flickering in her eyes. "You can't stop what's coming, Lana." Lana's voice was a low growl. "Watch me." Evelyn lunged, and the two women engaged in a brutal fight, fists colliding with bone-crushing force. Evelyn was skilled, but Lana was relentless, fueled by years of training and the anger burning within her. With one final strike, Lana sent Evelyn crashing against the console, her body crumpling to the floor. Blood trickled from Evelyn's lips, but she only smiled, her expression one of eerie satisfaction. "You think killing me changes anything? You're just delaying the inevitable." Lana didn't hesitate. One shot, one final breath. Evelyn was dead. With Evelyn gone, the coup collapsed and the stolen intelligence was recovered. The Prime Minister, shattered by the revelation of his wife's betrayal, resigned in disgrace. But the damage was done. The world was already changing, and the lines between ally and enemy had blurred beyond recognition. As Lana sifted through Evelyn's encrypted files, a cold dread settled in her chest. Hidden among them was a classified dossier labeled Project Dominion. The file contained chilling evidence of a shadow network far more extensive than Iron Shadow. It detailed deep cover operatives embedded in every major intelligence agency across the globe. The true power of Project Dominion was not just about controlling information. It was about controlling the very narrative of the world itself. Lana's phone buzzed with a new message. "The fight isn't over. It's just beginning." To be continued.